By now, I'm sure you've heard the numbers, but they are definitely worth repeating. Nearly 19 million viewers tuned in to watch the NCAA Women's Championship game between South Carolina and Iowa. Now, let's just take two things at face value. Number one, that is a lot of people. Number two, they are all talking about the same thing, which means that you have the opportunity to think outside the box scores and turn this into a bigger business conversation. Because one of the main storylines is Caitlin Clark and the record-setting career that she had at Iowa and the attention that she brought to the women's game. All of that is great. But here's the question that I found myself thinking while watching those games. How do you support a superstar? How do you give a generational talent the feedback and the coaching and the teamwork and teammates that they need to be their best selves? In business, we might say, how do you support the rising star? How do you support the person you have identified as your potential successor? There's a lot of different ways you can think about it, but I bet you haven't had the conversation in the same way. This is your chance because this is something that's top of mind. Oh, and by the way, when Caitlin Clark becomes the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft, and now she takes her career to the professional level, you have even more opportunities to see how this plays out in multiple situations. So use sports and then go one step further to think outside the box scores. Also, by the way, I'm kind of crowdsourcing this one. I am really fascinated to know how you would coach a generational talent and support a generational talent versus maybe some of the other folks that you've worked for. Go ahead, leave me a comment, and also find the other videos on the blog at talksportytome.com.